Hello there. Hope all of you are having a great summer. This is the fourth week of the summer technology tips. This week we're going to talk about flipped learning, flipped classroom, whatever you want to call it. The idea behind this model of instruction is that you provide the content to students outside of the class, so they are watching or listening to something, and then when they come into class you can spend more time either working on practice problems, homework, maybe you have some more extension activities, or maybe they're working on projects, deeper discussions. There's lots of things that you can do with that extra amount of time, but typically what you'll find is these are done in video form, and I've put a couple different resources here to learn more about the flipped classroom. I have this introduction here. This is a link to Atomic Learning's entire tutorial. There's a lot of tools on there that we don't necessarily have access to. There's a couple for Mac. There's a couple that are more expensive, and we like to keep everything within the Google environment because that's what our kids have. So you're welcome to look at all that, but the intro one is good if you're a little bit on the fence or unsure of what we're talking about today. Couple things. Screencastify, I've mentioned a million times, is one of my favorite Chrome extensions. There is a link to that and some information about it. Those of you that have iPads, there are a couple different apps depending on how you want to do your recording. Stage Pro Interactive basically takes your iPad, makes it look like an Elmo. You can use the camera to see if you have a piece of paper or anything that Elmo can do. Record it. You can draw on it, and it saves it as a video file that you could upload to YouTube. Doodlecast Pro, both of those, Doodlecast and Stage Pro, are normally about $5, and we acquired some licenses when they were free. So you can just shoot me an email and I can get those to you. Similar to Show Me and Educreations, but it allows you to save it to your camera roll, and then you can upload to Google Drive or YouTube, which is always good for us. Next up, flipped classroom lessons typically are videos, but if you wanted to just do audio, and maybe it's not for full-blown flipped classroom, but maybe you just want to include audio in some things, we've used Opinion on some of the iPads we have in the district with students. It's designed as a blog, but you can export the file to Google Drive, so you have an audio file in Google Drive. Similar to Stage Pro and Doodlecast, that we have a HT professional recording app for your iPad or iPhone that we can send you. Normally it's like $7, but we got that for free. If you only have access to Android devices, Spreaker is one example that's designed for podcasting but does audio recording. And really with any of those, just do a search either in the Google Play Store or on the Apple App Store, and you can find some free ones as well. Some tips for audio quality. Down at the bottom here is just some information on if you're doing a screen recording, maybe some things to think about as you are getting ready. And at the bottom, if you've already been doing this, and I know a handful of teachers have been, Common Sense Media has a webinar from within the last couple of months, I believe, that will give you some more advice about doing the flipped classroom. And one of the last thing that I'll point out is that when we talk about this, if you want to get started flipping some of your instruction, don't feel like it has to be all at once. Pick a unit or two. Maybe a lesson that maybe didn't go well. You're looking for another way to do it, or you think it would lend itself well to this form of content delivery. Try that one out for this year. As always, if I can be of some help, please shoot me an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. For more information about this and other technology tools, visit bit.ly/lcsummer16.